To make my pizza, I use some 00 flour. It's high protein flour. And I'm gonna make a ferment. In Italian, we call it biga. It's a liquid biga. My fresh yeast, again, if you don't have fresh yeast, don't worry, get some dried yeast. It will work perfectly fine. Rub the yeast in your flour. And then some warm water into it. I use a whisk to mix it up. It's very simple. It becomes like a thick paste. So using my scraper, I go around and around. What I don't want to do is to have too much dough on the side. I can hear the seagull outside. There's a party now outside. And that's all there is to it. So liquid, little bigger there. And I can put a cloth on the top if I leave it for 2 or 3 hours. If I leave it overnight, usually I put a big plastic bag so it doesn't dry off on the top. Now when you make pizza, there's many recipes of there. So the one I've got there, that's the one I've used for many, many years. It works perfectly fine for me also. But I'll take you through the ingredients in a minute. But let's have a look at our little biga in here. It's bubbling away nicely. A lot of bubble. You get that nice structure there. You can see that just holding nicely there. Okay, so we're gonna make the pizza dough now with our biga, which is ready. I'm gonna use a mixer, but of course you can do it by hand if you want to. You don't have to have a mixer for it. So remember, when you use a mixer, I use cool liquid all the time. If I do it by hand, you can use a bit slightly warmer water. Look at our biga, we made with flour, water, and a tiny bit of yeast. And I got some water. I got some good extra virgin olive oil, bit of salt, bit more yeast, and I love semolina. I put a bit of semolina in there. So the semolina, it's got a nice color in there. It doesn't add too much flavor at all, but it just gives you that nice texture in your dough. Quite a grit into it, which I love. But you don't have to have it if you want to. And I put some semolina with the flour. Gently blend it. My salt will go straight into it. That's fine. Put on one side there, and then the yeast. So if you're on a very slow dough, you don't have to have yeast, you can just use your biga. I want to have a bit of more yeast into it. I put my water and my oil. Not too much, just a tiny bit of oil. And then I'm going to put our biga into this. You get every little drop in there. And then I put the rest of my ingredients on the top. And then on the mixer, I always mix on slow speed first, about 3 or 4 minutes on slow speed. And then go on medium speed and mix the dough until it's completely clean on the side of the bowl. And we finish the dough with a tiny bit of olive oil on the table. Look at this stretchy happiness in here, beautiful. All the dough out. Just gather the dough together. And then just a few flip by hand out. Just because I love touching the dough as well. It feels so nice. And put a tiny bit of olive oil to finish it off. And rub that all on the top. That's the best part. It feels amazing. Really, really, really. Very, very nice. Love the feel of dough and olive oil. That's got to rest now. I'm going to leave it rest for 2-3 hours. Just like that. Cover it, and that will make a great pizza. Okay, so my dough now has been rested for 6 hours, so we can see what's happened with fermentation again. So have a look at this. Beautiful. A lot of bubbles, really active dough now. But that's looking pretty good there. And the beauty of it, if I put a tiny drop of olive oil on top, I love playing with dough, so if I push it down a little bit, you can see how all those bubbles feels very lively. Okay, so now we're going to divide the dough into 200 gram pieces. So let me show you how to do this. So use a tiny drop of olive oil on the table. Use my scraper, tip the dough over. Love dough structure. It's magical. So I get my set of scales. It's too big. Still too big. Perfect. Put them in them. Like that. Okay, so the dough is divided. I'm going to show you how to shape them. You can use a plastic tray if you want to, or a wooden tray. I quite like this black tray. I've had them for years, and they're part of my kitchen in here. Good. And then I put a tiny bit of semolina at the bottom. So I use fine semolina, like that. And what I'll do with my pizza dough, it's very simple. I'm just going to fold the dough over itself a few times. Just that. Simple shape. And then roll them down. Bring all the seam together in here. Close them down. And you can make a mixture of flour and semolina together. And just, so you can see your seam are all together. And then your top is just there. And that's going to rest like that to relax the dough. So it's easier to roll after that. Here we go. So our pizza now is going to rest. It's going to ferment and get softer, so it's easier to roll or manipulate to flatten the pizza. So while my dough is resting, what I love doing in my kitchen also is get everything ready. And when you get your fresh basil out, the smell is glorious. I love that. I got some whole plum tomatoes I'm going to squeeze through a sieve in here. Some dried oregano, salt, pepper, tiny bit of olive oil, and some firm mozzarella for the pizza. So get some mozzarella sliced, and then beautiful tomato. You can use passata, you can use already tomato puree and things to put into it. I just love this in here. So you can use your hand to squeeze everything through, get all that juice through the sieve. You can blitz it, push everything through. We got everything ready, and that's what I like. If you got all your ingredients ready, my oven is really, really hot, dough is ready, and let's make some pizza. So the way I'm going to do that, I'm going to use a mixture of semolina and flour. Put my dough on the top there. I'm not an expert pizzaiolo, I promise you, but just, it's about the feel of the dough. Don't force the dough, don't overstretch it. Just work with it gently in your fingers, and suddenly the dough will stretch by itself. The way I'll do it, just there. Don't ask me to throw up in the air, okay? You can see how the dough is so stretchy and beautiful. Smells glorious too. And put that dough on the top. And then put some topping. So a little bit of tomato. Not too much, just enough. Mozzarella. Good mozzarella. Little basil. I love oregano, so I'm going to put a tiny bit of oregano on top. A bit of dry oregano. Works well. Bit of black pepper. Tiny bit of salt. That's good. And a tiny drop of olive oil. That's ready. So, ready for the oven. Take it out, turn it around a little bit, spin it around so the heat is even everywhere. Whoa, look at this. Look at those bubbles there. Beautiful. A nice crust underneath. Beautiful, beautiful. And the leopard skin you've got there as well. Let's make some more. So I'm going now, make some more. Stretch that dough. What I'm also going to show you is bake one in my normal oven, so you don't have to have a pizza oven. It's nice to have it, of course. But if you got your hot baking stone in your oven, you can do a very good pizza too. So I'm going to show you both, and we can see the difference when they're both done. Tomato. Mozzarella. God, the smell of the basil, I love that. I feel like summer. Okay, so I'm gonna take the pizza out of the oven we put there. That's the one we did on a little pizza oven. So you can see the contrast on the intensity of the heat on the pizza oven, make it all bubbling and very light. But you can make great pizza also in your oven at home. So the crust will be a bit tighter, a bit thicker, but still a bit more of crunch. On a little pizza oven, a minute and a half maximum. They go very, very quick. You can see if you don't spin them around, you might get a bit of a dark spot on this one. Okay, bon appétit.